A federal judge has just ordered for Donald Trump and his administration to allow for agencies to reinstate their website pages that Donald Trump and his administration illegally took down. Why? Let's get into that in today's video and figure out the reason for that being. This article is by the Associated Press. It is titled, "Judge Tells Agencies to Restore Webpages and Data Removed from Trump's Executive Order." And this article is by Michael Kunzelman. And the article reads, a federal judge on Tuesday ordered government agencies to restore public access to health-related websites or web pages and data sets that they removed to comply with an executive order by President Donald Trump. U.S. District Judge John Bates in Washington agreed to issue a temporary restraining order requested by Doctors and America Advocacy Group by the American Advocacy Group. The judge instructed the government to restore access to several web pages and data sets that the group identified as missing from websites, and to identify others that also were taken down, quote, without adequate notice or reasoning explanation, end quote. On January 20th, his first day back in the White House, Trump signed an executive order for agencies to use the term, quote, sex, quote, and not, quote, gender, quote, in general or federal correction policies and documents. In response, the Office of Personnel Management, Acting Director, agencies heads to eliminate any program and take down any websites that promote, quote, gender ideology, quote. Doctors for America, represented by the Public Citizen Litigation Group, sued OPM, the Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention, the Food and Drug Administration, and the Department of Health and Human Services. The non-partisan group cited the executive order's adverse impact on two of its members, a Chicago clinic doctor who have consulted CDC resources to address a recent chlamydia outbreak in a high school in Yale School of Medicine doctor who relies on CDC resources about contraceptive and sexually transmitted infections. Quote, these doctors, quote, time and effort are valuable, scarce resources, and being forced to spend time elsewhere makes their jobs harder and their treatment less effective, end quote, the judge wrote. The case is among dozens of lawsuits challenging executive orders that Trump, a Republican, issued with hours of his second inauguration. The scrubbed material includes reports on HIV prevention, a CDC webpage for providing clinicians with guidance on reproductive health care, and an FDA study on, quote, sex differences in the clinical evaluation of medical products, end quote. Removing important information from the CDC and FDA websites is delaying patient care, hampering research, and hindering doctors' ability to communicate with patients, and plaintiffs' attorneys argued in a court filing. Quote, the agency's, quote, actions create a dangerous gap in the scientific data available to monitor and respond to disease outbreaks, halt or hamper key health research, and deprive physicians of resources that impact clinical practices, end quote, they wrote. Government lawyers argued that Doctors for America's claims fall, quote, well short of clearly showing irreparable harm, end quote, to any plaintiffs, and are unlikely to succeed on their merits. Quote, either failure provides a sufficient basis for denying extraordinary relief, end quote, they wrote. During a hearing on Monday, the judge asked plaintiffs' attorney Zachary Shelley if the removal of the online material harms the public. Shelley said the doctors' interests align with their patients, end quote. There is immense harm to the public, end quote, Shelley said. Begin quote. There are massive threats to public health, end quote. The judge concluded that the harm in this case ultimately trickles down to, quote, everyday Americans, end quote, seeking doctors' care. Begin quote. If those doctors cannot provide these individuals the care they need, and deserve, within the scheduled and often limited time frame, there is a chance that some individuals will not receive treatment, including for severe life-threatening conditions, end quote, Bates wrote. Doctors for America is a not-for-profit group representing more than 27,000 physicians and medical trainees. It was born from an earlier organization pushed for health reform and supported Barack Obama, who is a Democrat, when he was running for president. Well, everyone, that is going to conclude it for today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please do consider giving it a like, commenting, subscribing, as well as sharing. And last but not least, if you did enjoy the video, please do consider, like I said, giving it a like, comment, and share, and subscribing, as well as clicking the little bell icon, so that way you never miss a brand new video. Last but not least, please do follow me on my socials. I am on Instagram, Snapchat, and Threads. There, you guys will be seeing updates on when I have posted a brand new video to the channel. Please help me reach the channel goal of 90 subscribers. We're almost there. We're at 85 subscribers, which means we only have 5 more subscribers to go. And then after that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have more subscriber goals to reach. They will be announced as soon as we reach our 90 subscriber goal. Thank you very much for tuning in to today's video, ladies and gentlemen, and I will talk to you guys in the next legal breaking reporting.